what is studying at Oxford really like, and will how much do you feel like you guys fit in, or is it possible to fit in? Maybe. Anyone keen to jump on this one?
So I mean, to address like the first question, it's a bit like studying at Oxford, it kind of changes a little bit from year to year again based on your subject. First year, because you've never really been in such an intense environment before, it can feel like you kind of been dropped in like to hot water. As I can imagine, like a lot of like first years like can attest to, or like the rest of the panel can attest to, like it does feel like, you know, you've been dropped in hot water, but you do acclimate to it, so you do like get used to the workload at some points of like of your study at Oxford. But because it changes so frequently, I think it puts you on your toes quite a lot. Like you have to keep up with the workload because it is so much. And like, for example, like some subjects get 2 essays. I mean, at one point during like first year, I was doing 2 essays per week. So, and you can imagine like with that reading list, like it's quite a lot and you have to stay on top of it. So yeah, it's a lot, but if you enjoy it, I don't think it will be as bad. It will still be hard, but I don't think it will be as bad, but it is very enjoyable because you are pushed kind of like to your limits. Like your tutors do know your teachers do know your limits, and if you communicate with them, especially about workload, everything should be fine. In terms of like fitting in, I think, yeah, as long as like, I definitely think that you can find like kind of your crowd here. You don't, like, as Chimdi mentioned before, you don't really have to, you shouldn't have to change yourself for the uni, and this is talking more like broadly social. You shouldn't really have to change yourself to fit in here. I know that there are quite a lot of fears with especially like Black students in terms of like the diversity of personalities here, but I can definitely assure you, you will find some type of crowd here, whether it's in a society, whether it's in college, whether it's in like your subject, or like outside your subjects. But yeah, I definitely think that you can fit in here if, yeah, just yourself really. Yeah,
definitely. Thank you for that. You could definitely find your crowd. Anyone else keen to jump on that?
Yeah, I just wanted to echo that last point, that whilst especially with Pembroke's kind of size as a college, I kind of liken it to sixth form college, because for me it was very similar size in terms of like 150 odd people in your year, and kind of having that very, very like close proximity to people at most times, as opposed to it being like having to travel, I don't know, 40 minutes on a train to get to your like whatever. But I just, yeah, the point of it's not just like your college friends. You can have your college friends, you can have your sports club friends, you can have your ACS friends, your Afro-Caribbean Society friends, you can have your people from, I don't know, music society, whatever, like whatever you have, there's a whole bunch of different, because there's such ample opportunity for clubs and societies and meeting outside of college and meeting outside of your subject. It's not kind of limited to one specific pool of people, so to speak. And I mean, yeah, just through the, I mean, ridiculously vast number of people at the university, you will find your crowd. How like, however long it takes, there are so many people out there. There are so many clubs that you'll kind of end up finding your people. Whether you stumble into that through your subject, through a society, there'll be people out there which are who are like you.
Definitely, there's so many societies, which is super exciting. I think me and my friend founded the Beyonce Society, but we were there. I haven't told many people that, but here I am.